Hello everyone, it's Brenda from Creative Treats Club. I'm here for another Boxes with Brenda video. Thank you ever so much for joining me. Today we are working on these cute little boxes and I don't know if you can see them here very well. I don't find that that works very well. It's a little bit easier actually to show you on my work surface how they look. They are sized at 1 by 2 by 4 and they are sized perfectly to hold these. I don't know if you can see that lovely heart-shaped pattern in it, but a friend of mine, Dawn, made these and donated them, and we're giving them away as part of our Galentine's Day packages to women at women's shelters here in Ottawa. Let us talk a little bit about the dimensions, and then we'll get on with making them. These are made from a sheet of 4 by 8 pieces, a 4 by 8 piece of paper. I really wanted to maximize the size of the box that I could make, but in order to do so, I didn't put it all in one piece. I'm adding a little bit of an extra piece that's sized at 1 by 2 scored down the middle. Okay, so I'm going to leave those directions up, and I'm going to change it over here to the work surface to share with you how we put them together, and they go together quite easily. We just need to peel the paper off of this extra little tab that we're using to put it together, and then you kind of carefully just work your way in. The two-sided tape is pretty grippy, so you want to do your best to get it in spot beforehand. And then the second one should go together a little bit easier. I usually just fold that over and leave the sticky side up. And then this should normally just line up pretty easily. And then we just tuck in the sides and we peel the tape off the bottom back of it. And then this should just fold over pretty. I guess I didn't get it quite square. Hold on one second. If it doesn't quite fit, you can taper these a little bit. Let's give that a try here. I think that will make it fit a little bit better. I didn't get those quite as square as I could have. Put that there. And whoops, I'm really making a mess of this today for some reason here. Let me put those out so it will go a little bit flatter. That is a very good idea. There we go. And then it just has a binder clip closure top. You could do it like that. The other thing that you can do, and you can, when you're doing that, for example, tie on a little card that I've made, or you don't need a card if you, well, you could even just give it like that, but it's nice to have a little bit of a decoration. I made this cute little love bug is from a stamp set that I got with the most recent Stampin' Up! Paper Pumpkin kit. So we will put that here. And the other thing that it's cute to close these with is these little close pegs. You can just close them like that. It's a little bit easier to tie things onto a binder clip closure like these than like here. I just had to stick that underneath, which works not too bad, but they tie very nicely onto that. That is all that I have for you today. Oh no, it isn't. I forgot. I'm also going to show you how to do this from scratch. And the instructions are over at Creative Treats Community Facebook group. So I upload or download, whatever you want to call it, all the instructions for this, and you can go over to that Facebook group and download the instructions for these or any cards or whatever. All right, so this is lined up. So we need the first section to be 3 inches. I think I was telling you the wrong sizes. It's 1 by 2 by 3, not 1 by 2 by 4. Sorry about that. It's made from a 4 by 8 piece of paper. All right, we need to score it at 3. Then we want the next segment to be 1 inch, so we score it at 4. Then we want this segment to be 3 again, so we score it at 7, and then that brings us to 8, and then this is going to be the extra piece that we put on there. And then we want this to be a half. We want the next segment to be a half, so that brings us to 1 inch, and then we need this to be 2, and then this one here is going to be 1 inch at the bottom, so we score it at 1 inch there. We'll put this out of the way. Then we'll do our cutting. So we cut that up straight there, and straight there. And then we do the same thing. Ooh, hold on. Actually, let's do that so you can see my cutting a little bit better. We cut this straight there like that, straight there like that. It's a little bit glittery like that. You can't really see this too much, but we're going to cut that away, and we're going to cut that away because we don't need the tabs that fold in. That's these little tabs right here to be too long. Okay. And for taping, as I say, you need this piece here as well, which is 1 by 2, and you score it at a 1/2 inch, and then you put some tape on there. The tape that I am working with is a little bit skinnier here, so I'm going to put 2 strips on here to hold the bottom in place. And as always, we are going to fold it before we start our scoring because that makes it much easier to put together. And we'll fold that there. Fold. Oops, is that going okay? Sometimes the cardstock, if you don't get it quite along, like when it has foil on here, it has a bit of a different texture. Okay, so what we need to do, as we did in the last one, is peel up the adhesive from both sides of this. If you're a bit concerned about how it's going together, you could peel just one side off first and put that underneath, but I'm going to peel both off. It's best to have it folded in advance. And then you kind of do your best to see where that needs to go. Okay, we'll hope for the best on that. Put that here and line that up there. And then push this down hard so it's easy to peel up the protective paper. Peel up the protective paper. I'm going to do it this way again. If you fold these out, and it would have been easier to fold them in both directions at the beginning, put that there, then, yeah, you see I didn't fold these before. That's a little bit of a problem because it's much harder to fold after you have glue on it and after you have it partially assembled. So that's the reason why you shouldn't just fold some, but you should fold all of the edges when you're doing the folding. Yeah. Okay, so this one I'm going to fold back the other way to make it easier to fold it this way, and then we'll get that in place like that. And then it's sized perfectly to fit these cute little heart face scrubbies that my friend Dawn made to donate to the ladies at the women's shelters. Thank you so much for joining me today to see how to make these cute little boxes, and I hope that you will join me again soon for another Boxes with Brenda episode. I definitely have some more lined up, ready to go. We've got a lot of things to put in our Galentine's gift packages that are going to the women's shelters. And as I said, if you're interested in making these boxes or any of the other, there's probably, anyway, lots of them over now at the PDFs that you can download at Creative Treats Community Facebook group. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.